that news helicopter.
Relax. Go on up to Daryl's spa and get a massage.
But they've been up there investigating for hours. And I think there's a small crowd beginning to gather outside. I'm gonna check out these people in the street.
Look, there she is.
I'm going to go mad unless I know what they're doing up there. I wonder how Daryl's doing.
Why should you be concerned about Daryl? He's a big boy.
He's the one who reported Winston Toyota missing. There's a lot of detail to remember, and he's not good with detail. Who is it?
Chief Carlson, Mount Pleasant Police.
Hello?
Ma'am,
What can I do for you?
it's about your neighbor upstairs.
Oh, Winston.
You know him?
Yes. He's a very nice man. Is he okay?
Do you mind if I come in?
No?
Officer,
Chief Carlson, Mount Pleasant Police.
is Winston all right?
I'm afraid he's missing. We're treating this building as a crime scene.
Really? It's terrible. He was such a nice man.
Was? When was the last time you saw Mr. Toyota?
Oh, I don't know. Let me think.
The card game. Don't you remember, Donna? You played cards with Winston last Friday night?
Cards? Oh, he liked cards.
What'd you play?
What?
The game. What kind of cards?
Gin rummy. He was crazy about that game.
Really?
You're writing that down?
What's that, ma'am?
He was a very nice man. He and Sam bowled together.
Bowled? Where?
At the bowling alley.
Which bowling alley, sir?
Mount Pleasant Lanes. You know, over on 819 South.
I play there myself. What night?
What night do you play?
Fridays.
Saturdays.
He bowls on a league.
And Winston Toyota? He play on the league too?
Just a fill-in, not regular.
I see. You have any reason to believe someone would want to harm Mr. Toyota?
Harm him? No. He was a very nice man.
How so?
Well, he was always so polite. You know, in the hallway.
Aha.
He was a lonely guy. Donna would take food up to him once in a while.
What was his favorite dish?
Chinese.
Ravioli.
Donna's famous for her Chinese ravioli.
That right, ma'am?
Yeah.
How do you prepare that, ma'am?
Well, first, you take the peng peng stuffing and you mix it with the ricotta cheese. And then you roll the wonton around the basil shrimp until you're ready to fry the Thai sausage. And that should be just before you saute the roasted tofu in the marinara sauce.
You get a side of snow peas with that, you've got a good meal. But Winston never really appreciated it. He would complain about the ping ping stuffing every time. I never said anything to Donna.
Hey, Carlson,
Yeah.
you should look at this.
Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Gin rummy. Gin rummy.
What? Sounds nice and folksy.
I hate cards. I don't play cards. In fact, I don't even know how to play gin rummy. Is that a drinking game?
And you? Bowling?
Well, you started it with the gin rummy business. I was deflecting.
What do you mean deflecting?
If me and Winston Toyota played gin rummy on Friday nights, then you bowled with him on Saturdays. It's only fair. And what were you saying about my cooking? How much longer is this going to go on?
Come in. Daryl, how's it going up there?
Not sure. I think it's going okay. They're distributing a photo of Winston Toyota now.
How did the police get a photo of someone who doesn't exist?
They found a bunch. In that old sewing machine you brought up.
A photo inside the sewing machine.
How did they think a photo inside that sewing machine was Winston Toyota?
I identified him.
Wait a minute. Those were photos of my grandfather.
You had a pretty young grandfather. Looked like he was about 30. It fit.
Those photos were taken back in the 40s. How could you do that?
You were asking me tough questions. I had to give him something.
What else is going on up there? What are they doing?
Well, they're sifting through everything, fingerprinting a lot of stuff. And Bob from WLS-TV News is up there with the news crew.
Bob Smith. You let Bob Smith into the building.
How was I supposed to keep him out? He gave me a mug.
A mug?
Yeah, newscaster mug. It's kind of nice.
This is the last known photo of Winston Toyota. A handsome man, a kind man, a man who lived quietly in this quiet town in this third-floor walk-up, who occasionally played gin rummy, bowled, and hated exotic foods. If you're just joining us, we're reporting live from the crime scene of a very unusual man. A man of few possessions, from the basement storage locker, an ever-ready alkaline battery, an 8-track player, a chia pet. Mount Pleasant police are putting the pieces of this horrible crime together as we speak. Behind me is an open window, possibly the entry the Strangler used to get inside. A very brave Winston Toyota met his alleged attacker right here where I am now. It would appear that Winston Toyota ran to this third-floor bathroom and flung himself against the window here to escape the hideous attacker. But Mr. Toyota would find no refuge here. In this tiny third-floor hallway, cold and stark, that Winston Toyota made his second attempt to get out. But it was apparent that the attacker went out the bathroom window, along the overhang around the building, and made his second attempt to enter here at this fire escape, apparently surprising Winston Toyota in this very hallway. It must have been awful.
It was awful. I could have been killed. Me? They're showing shots of me?
Apparently unsatisfied at not murdering this woman 3 days earlier, the killer returned for another victim.
It was awful. I could have been killed.
Behind me is a group of Mount Pleasant's finest. They are piecing together this horrible tale of the Mount Pleasant Strangler. Let's see what their most recent findings are. Let's ask Chief Carlson what the current status of this investigation is. Do you have a suspect in custody? Has the body been found? Have charges been filed? Will he get the electric chair?
No. Maybe.
But as we speak, you are piecing together the last few hideous hours of Winston Toyota's life?
Yeah.
A mysterious life ends with a hideous death.
Yeah.
It was awful. I could have been killed.
We're focusing our attention on the perimeter.
That would be the area directly around the building.
Yeah, that's right. The perimeter is the area immediately surrounding the building.
Would that investigation include all of the area around the building? All the way around?
Yeah, all the way around. We're very thorough.
WLSW TV News is reporting live. This investigation is going all the way around the building. What have you found so far?
Well, it's a bit unusual. There are no footprints near the building. We know the point of entry was the third floor window, but we're not sure how the Strangler managed to get up there.
It's a Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania Strangler mystery.
We're tracking the history of the victim now. He appears to have been a quiet man who played cards, bowled, and he hated exotic food.
This nice young man, hideously murdered in his own apartment in this quiet town, his body still undiscovered after an exhaustive search around the entire perimeter of the building, and the Strangler still prowling about the city streets right now looking for his next victim. Was it just a battery or an evil power source? Just an 8-track player or an alien receiver? A chia pet or a food source? Are you the Strangler's next victim? Or your windows latched, or your doors locked? Even this secure third-floor apartment couldn't keep the Strangler out. And no footprints, just an open window as an entry, as if the Strangler dropped down out of the sky and took his next victim. What next, Mount Pleasant? Are we suggesting the Strangler moves about the sky in a UFO, leaving no tracks? Follow us as we take this investigation to its conclusion.
It was awful. I could have been killed.